Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. We are studying book 4 of new syllabus mathematics and chapter number 3, which is of probability. Today is our lesson number 26. The reference of this topic in your CIE syllabus is at number 40. Chapter number 15 of D2 and chapter number 3 of D4. Probability scale. Probabilities are given on a scale of 0 to 1. As decimals or fractions, sometimes probabilities are expressed as percentages using scale of 0% to 100%. 0 is the probability of something that is impossible. 1 over 2, this is the probability of something that is as likely to happen as it is not to happen. 1 is the probability of something that is certain, possible. This is the probability scale 0 to 1. This is in fraction 1 over 4, 1 over 2, 3 over 4, 4 over 4, 1. This is in decimal and this is in fraction. So you will be asked to mark the probability of a given arrow by a point, or the probability will be marked by an arrow on the probability scale. This is called probability scale, and you will be asked to write the probability of the given event. So earlier we have studied the probability of single event. Now we will study probability of combined events. The vocabulary used in this topic is mutually exclusive events. Two events can be described as mutually exclusive if they cannot occur at the same time. If either event E1 or event E2 occur, not both at the same time, but never both occurs on a single performance of an experiment, or two or more events are said to be mutually exclusive if and only if they have no outcomes in common, or they cannot occur simultaneously, or they are disjoint. So you can define the mutually exclusive event by any of these two, or you can understand mutually exclusive events by any one of these definitions. If two events E1 and E2 are mutually exclusive, then probability of E1 and E2 is equal to probability of E1 intersection E2. This will be equal to 0 because both the events cannot occur at the same time. E1 and E2 cannot occur at the same time. So it means these two events will not have anything common, and we know that when two sets have nothing common, then their intersection is 0. That is, number of common element is 0, so probability is also 0. If you roll a dice, it is impossible to roll a 5 and roll a 2 at the same time. So this is mutually exclusive event. Let S is equal to this sample space 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Number of sample space is 5. E1 is the event which is multiple of 4. So multiple 4 in this sample space is 4 and 8. Its number is 2. And E2 is the event such that the number is a multiple of 6. So from this sample space, this set is 6. Now event E1 and E2 are mutually exclusive events because nothing is common in these two events. So when two events E1 and E2 are mutually exclusive, then the probability of both occurring is denoted as probability of E1 or E2. And this or is mean we will add the probabilities of these two events, probability of E1 plus probability of E2. So in this case, probability of E1 or E2 will be equal to 2 over 5 plus 1 over 5, and this is equal to 3 by 5. Not mutually exclusive events or overlapping events. This means that these two events can occur at the same time, or two or more events are not mutually exclusive if and only if they have some outcomes in common or they are overlapping. Example is rolling an even or prime number on a die. When two events E1 and E2 are not mutually exclusive events, then probability of E1 or E2 will be equal to probability of E1 plus probability of E2 minus probability of E1 and intersection E2. So when events are not mutually exclusive, we will subtract the probability of the common events, and if events are mutually exclusive, then we will not subtract this. Then the probability of E1 or E2 will be equal to probability of E1 plus probability of E2. Then dependent events. Two events A and B are dependent when the outcome of the first event influences the outcome of the second event, or the occurrence probability of the first event influences the probability of the second event. For example, if you have 6 beads in a bag, of which 3 are blue and 3 are red, then each time you remove a bead from the bag, you will change the probability of selecting the colored beads which are left in the bag. Independent events are events E1 and E2 in a probability space S are said to be independent if the occurrence of one of them does not influence the occurrence of the other. Here for outcome you can write occurrence or probability. For example, if you toss two coins, then the probability of one coin turning up heads will not affect the probability of the other coin turning up heads. So events E1 and E2 are independent if probability of E1 intersection E2 is equal to probability of E1 multiplied by probability of E2. Otherwise they are dependent. Addition and multiplication laws of probability of combined events. If E1 and E2 are two mutually exclusive events, then addition law is probability of E1 or E2 is equal to probability of E1 plus probability of E2. If E1 and E2 are not mutually exclusive events, then addition law is probability of E1 or E2 is equal to probability of E1 plus probability of E2 minus probability of E1 intersection E2. If E1 and E2 are two independent events, then the probability multiplication law of probability is these two rules form the or and law, which you will be required to use during your GCSE maths exam. Points to note. In general, for probability or means add. In general, the probability and means multiply. We can find the possible outcomes when two or more events are combined by possibility diagram for two events only, tree diagram for two or more than two events. So if you are asked to find the probability of combined events, two events or more than two events, then we will find the probability by using any one of these two methods. One is possibility diagram. This diagram can be used only when there are two events in an experiment, and we can use tree diagram for two or more than two events. But if in the problem you are asked to use probability diagram, then you will use probability diagram, and if you are asked to use tree diagram, then you will use tree diagram. Possibility diagram. Let's discuss this possibility diagram with the help of an example. Two tetrahedral four-sided dice are thrown. This is one and this is second. Construct the possibility diagram, write the sample space, find the probability and that both dice has same numbers, even number on first die and prime on second. So this is construct the possibility diagram. First part is construct the possibility diagram, because on possibility diagram is drawn by using two lines, one horizontal line and other vertical line. On horizontal line we will write the outcomes of the first event, and on the vertical line we will write the outcome of the second event. Now if one die is blue and one die is red, then number on the blue die are 1 2 3 4 and number on the white red die are also 1 2 3 4. So this is the possibility diagram. Horizontal line, vertical line. On horizontal line we will write all the outcomes of the first event and all the outcomes of the second event, and then we will mark the dots. If on the first die there is 1, then on the second die there may be 1 also. On the first die if there is 1, then on second die there may be 2, 3 or 4. If on the first die there is 2, then on the second die there may be 1, there may be 2, there may be 3, there may be 4. So we will put the outcomes with the help of dots. There is no need to use colors. 3 on the first die, then 1 2 or 3 or 4 on the second die. If 4 on the first die, then 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 on the second die. Note each possible outcome will be written in the form of an ordered pair A और B. इस तरह जैसे हम कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री में ऑर्डर किसी पॉइंट की पोजीशन को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए एक ऑर्डर्ड पेयर यूज करते हैं, ये इसका एक्स कंपोनेंट, ये उसका वाई कंपोनेंट, तो ये फर्स्ट इवेंट का कंपोनेंट होगा और ये सेकंड इवेंट का कंपोनेंट होगा. In the second part you were asked to write the sample space. So sample space will be written in this form. So on the first die if there is 1, on the second die there may be 1. On the first die if there is 1, on the second die there may be 2. On the first die if there is 1, the second die can show 3. Similarly 1 4, and if on the first die there is 2, then on the second die there may be 1 2 3 4. If on the first die there is 3, then on the second die there may be 1 2 3 or 4. If on the first die there is 4, then on the second die there may be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Now look at this. Number of sample space is equal to 16. So from this we can conclude and we can derive a formula that number of sample space of a combined event is equal to number of outcomes of the first event and number of outcomes of the second event. Now in this case number of outcomes of the first event are 4 and number of outcomes of the second event are also 4. So we will multiply 4 with 4 to get the total number of outcomes. Now in C part you are asked to find the probability that both dice have same number. So same number, write this in the form of a set if you can. Otherwise mark a circle here: 1 1 2 2 3 3 and 4 4. 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4. On the first die if there is 1, on the second die there is also 1 2 2 3 3 4 4. So number of outcomes favorable outcomes is 4. So probability of this event will be number of favorable outcomes over number of total outcome. Number of favorable outcomes are 4, total outcomes are 16. So the simplified form of the probability is 1 by 4. In C part you were asked to find the probability that the even number on first die and prime on the second. Even on first is 2, prime on second. If on the first die there is 2, then there may be 2 on the second and 3 on the second. If there is 3 on the first die, then there may be 2 on the second, or there may be 3 on the second. So you can write the event as 2 2 2 3 4 2 and 4 3. On the first die there is even number, and on the second die there is prime number. So number of this event is 4, and probability of this event is E over S. So this is again 1 over 4. The second example is if X has 1 to 3 and Y is a set 4 5 6, or you can say if bag X has cards with numbers 1 to 3 and where bag Y has card with number 4 5 6. An element X is selected from X and an element Y is selected from Y. Complete the following probability diagram for X plus Y and X multiplied by Y. Now sometimes probability possibility diagram is shown by drawing two vertical lines as we have discussed in the previous example, and sometime it is given in the form of tables. We write the outcomes of the first in the first column, and we write the outcomes of the second even in the first row, and with these table we will complete these two tables. Here the outcomes of the two events are to be added, and here the outcomes of the two events has to be multiplied. So you are asked to find the probability that the sum X plus Y is prime greater than 7. B part, find the probability that the product XY is odd and odd, almost 10. So first we have to complete this table, that score on the first die plus the die no, sorry a number from set X and number on set X and Y should be added. So adding this, let's see this complete table on the next slide. The following possibility diagram for X and Y. Look, 4 plus 1 is 5, 4 plus 2 is 6, 4 plus 3 is 7. 5 plus 1 is 6, 5 plus 2 is 7, 5 plus 3 is 8, 6 plus 1 7, 6 plus 2 8, 6 plus 3 9. 4 plus 1 4 multiplied by 4 1 4, 4 multiplied by 2 8, 4 multiplied by 3 12, 5 multiplied by 1 5, 5 multiplied by 2 10, 5 multiplied by 3 15, 6 multiplied by 1 6, 6 multiplied by 2 12, 6 multiplied by 3 18. So this is the completion of possibility diagram. Sometimes you will be given some numbers in this table, and you will be asked to complete the table. Now in this case, probability that sum X plus Y is prime. These are the outcomes of the sum after adding the outcomes of the two events. So you are asked to find the probability that this sum is prime. So mark the numbers which are prime. 5 is prime, 7 is prime, this 7 is prime, this 7 is prime. So there are 1 2 3 4 outcomes which are prime. So number of event A is 4, number of sample space is 9. So probability of event A is equal to 4 over 9. In second part you were asked to find the probability that the sum is greater than 7. So from these numbers, mark those which are greater than 7. So greater than 7 is 8, 8 and 9. So there are three numbers which are greater than 7. So probability of this event, favorable outcomes of this event is 3, and total number of outcomes of this experiment is 9. So probability of this event is 3 over 9, which is 1 over 3. Now this is the completed possibility diagram, and we in the B part you are asked to find the probability that the product XY is odd. Now we will use this table. The product is odd, S is the sample space and C be the event that product is odd. So then how many numbers are odd? How many products are odd? Yes, 15, 5, 2 outcomes are odd. So number of favorable outcomes of this event is 2, and sample space is 9. So probability of this event is 2 over 9. And in second part you are asked to find the probability that the product is at most 10. At most 10 means the greatest product is 10 and there may be less than 10 and less than 10. So how many outcomes are which are less than 10 or 10? Less than 10 is this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 outcomes which are 10 or less than 10. Total number 9, so probability of this event is 5 by 9. So this is the way we will solve the questions of probability by using the possibility diagram. So there are two ways of drawing the possibility diagram. One by drawing two lines, by one horizontal and one vertical, writing the outcome of the first on horizontal line and the outcomes of the second event on the vertical line, and then we will place a dot for each outcome. So try these questions, please. This is my profile. Thank you for watching, and Allah Hafiz.